I was called to pull tarot cards, which I almost never do. I don't consider
Oh.
myself much of a tarot person, although they're a tool that I have. Um, and it's funny because I pulled a few different types of cards, and the message is pretty clear in all of them. So I'm going to read from one. So I pulled from an oracle deck called Wisdom of the Oracle, and the card I got was this one, which I don't know if you can see it. It's like a house sort of floating. And it says on it, "No place like home," and it came out reversed, which um, tells me again there's a protection, there's sort of an alert around it. It makes sense. So the message here is there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty, for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So that just really landed for me. And then if we connect with the tarot cards, what happened was I had two cards fall out, and one is very simple, like 3-card reading. You don't really need to know much about that, except essentially we've got one card that's sort of the past, and one that's the future, and one that's the right now. And it's all kind of still right now. It's still a glimpse of this moment in time. And our card for what we just went through is the Ace of Pentacles, which made a lot of sense to me. Coming through like a struggle, a growth period, having to do with pentacles or material experience and success and things like that. And then for right now, I got the 8 of Cups. Ani's nodding. I can see that she knows. And
can you show that again?
I'm a psychic and I read the tarot. Yeah.
So this is 8 of
Yeah.
Cups.
Okay.
And it also feels really right for now, for what we're experiencing. And then that 8 of Cups for me is connecting to this no place like home reversed, this idea that we need to do things differently, to process things a little differently, to be aware of what we already have, and to allow for the unknown of what we don't even know we have yet as a resource for us. And then the most interesting thing in relating to this no place like home card is actually, so the future card is came out reversed. Again, alert, which is the Princess of Cups. And in this deck, I like this deck. It's it says autumn on it. So it's also connecting to the seasons, and it's connecting as well to astrology. So this deck, this tarot deck is called the Celestial Tarot. So every card in the deck also connects to seasons and connects to astrology. So this is talking about what happens in the fall as we're moving through the signs, through Scorpio and landing into the winter. So it's harvest, but it's also the end of a harvest. Bringing us through the summer of even this group connecting in the way that we have. It's funny because I did yesterday, right? And I'm doing today, and I feel a massive turning point between yesterday and today. Yesterday was one thing, and today is something else. And today, for me, really feels like it's the next step. This is actually, yesterday was some celebration, it was some clearing, it was some allowing of the reality of what was going on. But really, today marks us connecting and moving into what are the actions and what are our personal responsibilities in the creating of this new world. that we're living into and that we want. And I'm going to share this time, which is interesting. So I also always pull angel cards because it gives me a sense of who is going to connect or who has guidance. Although there's always more and there's always support in a lot of ways. And something that I thought was also interesting is two of the cards that came out, both in this Oracle deck and in my angel deck, were either the last card or almost the last card in the deck, which I find as meaningful when we're sort of talking about this like demarcation of what really is there for us to do now, and this not doing it the way we have done it. The way we did it got us here, and it got us here with a country divided, which is not ultimately what we want. And again, I always see what I have to wear, and I saw that I had to wear purple today too. And even a purple, one of my crystals is a purple, even on my necklace. So so the card that I got, one of the angel cards that I got, is an Archangel Michael card that is the last in the deck, and it's your personal atmosphere. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this image, but it's beautiful. And to me, this really represents our responsibility. Like when we walk into a room, how do we shift the energy in the room? How do we shift the people around us? And what power do we have both to take responsibility for our own energy, but to also not be impacted by what we're sensing around us, and to even ideally shift what we feel around us. And then the other two cards for me are really like, how do we do that? And Metatron has come up for me a ton all the way back since March. And there has been a Metatron card every time I've read for you guys too. And this one says New Beginnings. And this one has come out before for this group. And the other one is another Michael card, which is Infinite Divine Light. And the images are similar to me. There is an organization, and also the way they're sitting in front of me, this one is in the middle. So there's three, and and that one is in the middle. And so there's an energy of the way, also this one for me feels like how a chakra spins completely. And if you don't know this, why not share? Because it's super fun. Each one of our chakra centers spins, and it should spin clockwise. But our chakras can freeze, and they can also spin counterclockwise. And when they do that, it messes with our energy, it messes with how things are working for us, and can throw us completely off. You could have either be blocked and feel no emotions, or you could feel too much. And each chakra represents something different. But you can actually, and something that I can do on myself and others, is actually connect and tell that a chakra is spinning the wrong way and spin it the correct way. And when you do that, things unlock in the body, emotions that are caught unlock, things unfreeze, we're unblocked, and we can move through whatever is next. So I think there's something in this for a start, for an awareness of who we want to be and who we can be in the work, right? I mean, I know I'm not just speaking for myself, that I'm very aware of the work has just begun. The real work is really just beginning now, if we actually want to see change happen in this country, and then as our country impacts, as it does, the rest of the world. So I'm getting that I'm gonna get you guys into an open meditative state again, as I've done before, and help offer some guidance for how we can connect. I'm hearing purpose. So it's gonna probably be pretty individual. As always, I'm going to be saying whatever I'm saying, but you're going to hear what you need to hear. There's a magical way that our brains translate the words spoken to us into the meaning that we need them to have. So I'm requesting that what I say will end up feeling very personal to each of you here on the call live, also to me, because I always have to hear everything what I'm saying for myself as well, and to anybody who catches this later, that it will alchemically feel like I'm speaking only your personal language and speaking to your purpose so that you can align with whatever your actions and responsibilities are in this. So get yourself comfortable as we normally would. My dog is going to come to join now, which is fun. You can have your hands either resting on your lap or resting on your heart. I think I would recommend palms making contact with your body versus facing upward to feel your energy and to feel that moving through you. And if it feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Again, as usual, my eyes will be open, mostly just because I want to connect with you and feel your energy as I listen. So go ahead and take a really big deep breath. And I want you to tune in to your heart-centered space, whatever that means to you. It should be a light that you know radiates from inside of you. I'm seeing a candle, a white candle in an antique candle holder, the kind where you could stick your finger through a little circle in order to carry it. So you could pretty safely carry this around through a house, up some stairs, and light your way. And it's just as if this candle holder, this candle, is just within you. It's within your heart. And it's normal and natural for things to happen in our lives that snuff the candle out. And I'm seeing one of those actual devices where you can put it on the top of a candle and it actually will put the candle flame out without having to blow it out with air. Very efficiently will snuff it out, removing the oxygen. So this is normal. In times of stress and strain and struggle, our candles can blow out, burn out, be snuffed out, either by us or by the people around us, by situations we can't control, or even situations we can control by choices we make. And in these moments, we can find it easier to close off our connection to our intuition, to our inspiration, and to our magic. Even at times, to choose to do this could be healthy. Never is anything we choose wrong. And that is not what I'm here to share today. So there are times when our little light, and I hear, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So that's our inspiration today. When these moments come up where our light wants to shut out, wants to be shut off, wants to dim, I'm here to request that we notice right at the moment that that happens. Notice. And then I'm seeing sort of like a shelter around the candle. It's like there's a group of hands, sort of just a safe little barrier right around that candle. But it's not a wall. It's more like a basket with some holes in it that air could come through. It's just a bit of a shelter so that if a wind gust were to come along, there would be something just enough to make sure that that light that that candle can't blow out easily. So I want you to create and allow this for yourself. So you're in touch with your inner light, your inner magic, and it's being kept safe from being blown out or snuffed out. And then, as if someone is turning up the dial, a volume setting, we're going to make that little light burn just a little bigger. But here's the magic. It doesn't have to be a whole fire in a fireplace, because that little light gives off a powerfully large amount of light. And again, I'm seeing someone carrying this candle holder, their finger in through the hole very securely. They're walking up the stairs and they don't need another light, because this candle casts a beautiful warm glow and they can see everything they need to see. We're enough with that light we have inside each of us. And it's as simple as making sure that we don't snuff it out. So from there, with our light burning, I want you to take a really deep breath. And I want you to consider, what does this beginning mean to you personally, you? How does your light, your intuition, and your magic, we're always connected with the collective. So how are you connected here? And what is it that you specifically have to share, to give, to know, to receive? What is it you have that is needed? And then I want you to listen. I want you to imagine that someone put on a pair of really big, soft, noise-canceling headphones on your ears, the kinds that wrap all the way around your ears. And it's as if these headphones allow you to hear what is just for you, the intuition and the inspiration that's just for you to know. And it shuts out just enough of the noise, not so much of the collective necessarily, but the noise of work or stress or responsibility, just for long enough that you can turn up the volume on whatever that little voice is saying that you can be doing now. And I won't say should, because it doesn't feel like that. It's what you could be doing, what you might be doing, what could feel good to be doing now. And I mean actual actions. So from that place, you've got your headphones on, your little light is burning, you're feeling strong in your own body, strong in your knowledge of who you are. If you didn't already have that connection, you wouldn't be listening to this. We're at a beginning, but we're not beginners. We know who we are and what we bring. So from this place, I want you to connect to the divine light of the universe. Whatever you connect with as a higher power, whatever you believe, your faith is perfect. Allow this inspiration, this divine guidance, this divine source, the infinite love of all that is in the universe, to surround you. And as it surrounds you, you begin to lose track of where you are, where you end, and where this divine light, this divine infinite inspiration begins. And where you are right now is a magical place where you can soar. I have to sing again. You're going to fly like an eagle. Let your spirit carry me. I'm going to fly like an eagle to the sea. Your wings can expand here, whatever that means to you. What it feels like to me, again, is the action, the boots to the ground. I'm seeing someone picking up a phone, dialing a number, sending a text. I see someone on a Zoom, on a FaceTime. I see people talking, people connecting. And then I see two people sitting in front of one another, and they may not actually be physically in the same space. They could be, but it seems unimportant that they occupy the physical same space. But these two people are facing one another. And I see the heart of one person, and then I see the heart of the other. And there's like two spirals, it looks almost like a DNA strand twisting in upon itself. And there's a spiral coming out of one heart and a spiral coming out of the other. And they're spiraling together into what feels like represents to me a really deep connection, deep, honest communication, loving communication, connection that's healthy and that respects both people. And in order for this to happen, both people must show up from their highest potential, from their personal connection to their power and their connection to the infinite divine light. From here, where you are, I want you to listen for a moment. I want you to hear what's coming into your head. And don't judge it. Just let it come in. The voice may be kind of quiet, and that's okay. If you give it space, you'll be able to hear what's being said. Maybe it's a word. Maybe it's a name, a song, a thought. I want you to take 3 slow, deep breaths in a row. And I'm going to let you hear what you need to hear. And allow yourself to really integrate into your heart whatever it was that you heard. And I'm going to say now, on behalf of everyone on this call here and anyone who listens to this later in their perfect time, if nothing came in there, you are not wrong and nothing is wrong. And my request is that you will hear when you're ready to hear, and the perfect time will come. And I am knowing for you here that you can be open to the guidance that you need, right when you need it. All that we're doing in this moment is we're bolstering your own personal atmosphere of love And we're making sure that your connection to your intuition is open. That may sound very simple, and it is. And yet it's also quite complicated to maintain, as the world wants to close off that connection. So I want you to take a deep breath there. And you can say aloud if you want, or in your head, I want you to say thank you. Thank you to all of the guidance that we receive, the guides who guide us, the spirits, the divine source, the universe, again, whatever your belief is perfect. Feel gratitude in every cell of your body for this light that guides you, that guided you here today, that has guided you to living a life of the type of responsibility that has us understand that we are not passive. We are actively involved in this world that we want to create. Feeling gratitude for the responsibility that we have. Feeling gratitude for the responsibility that we have, that we choose. From that place, breathe into your own physical body. Feel everything that you're feeling. And you can wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Take your time. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back. And I feel gratitude today for getting to hold this space with each of you, for getting to share this today, and for getting to take my own responsibility for how I am being asked to show up, because that was really what the lesson for me was today. Is that part of my work is to hold this space when asked. So thank you.